This is a video on Saturn Taat transmission electrical troubleshooting by Campus 189. You'll find me on SaturnFans.com. If you have a Saturn, it doesn't matter what year, make, or model Saturn that you have, the site is devoted entirely to anybody that owns a Saturn. There are literally thousands of people on this website that are willing to help you. Make sure you use a search tool, of course, to find the problem that you're looking for. On with it. The reason you're here is because your vehicle is probably not shifting either into the next gear, or it's not downshifting like it's supposed to, or it doesn't have reverse, or it could be all of the above. The first thing you need to take into consideration is how old your transmission filter is and how old your transmission fluid is. That's the first thing you need to go ahead and replace if you're having shifting problems. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're actually going to move on here. Okay, you know your transmission fluid's okay. Hopefully you know how to check it and make sure your transmission fluid is full, not over full. Your filter's okay, and you don't have to worry about any of that. The next problem you have to worry about is electrical. Check all your fuses, make sure all your fuses are okay. If all your fuses are okay, you want to check the top of the transmission for this electrical connector. If you look at it, it's pretty nasty and pretty grimy. You want to check these connections on top of the transmission as well as on the bottom. If you check the ones on the top and they all seem to be okay, you want to go ahead and you're going to remove this. I believe it's a 7 or 8 millimeter connection on the top in order to remove this. Somebody's going to correct me, I see it coming a mile away. You want to wipe all that grime from around that connector, and you don't want it going inside the transmission. Now, after you removed all the grime and you've removed the connector from the top, chances are you might see something like this. Now, if you turn your connector over and you see something like this, those are two burnt terminals. They've heated up excessively because of the solenoid. They've melted the plastic around it, so you can't reuse this connector. I wouldn't advise it because you're going to get a terrible connection. You're going to have to get a new one. A new one should look like this. If you notice, there's no dirt, debris, burnt connections, or anything like that. You can get one from a junkyard rather easily. When you do, cut your wires as long as possible. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to solder your connections and heat shrink them in order to do it properly. You don't want to just twist your wires together and then put electrical tape on it and hope for the best, because that's just not going to hack it. Now, upon tearing my valve body apart, I happen to notice this. Those are two burnt terminals. I got a couple pictures here for you to look at. I just happened to pull it apart because I want to look at it and see how bad it was. And that's exactly what ended up happening. I ended up replacing my valve body. And it's rather easy. If you need to know how to test your solenoids or replace your valve body, look at my other videos and you shouldn't have a problem. If you do, send me email or IM or a message within YouTube. Thanks for watching.